Shazam issue 15 finds Shazam asking the people of Tokyo, Japan if the giant rampaging robot is a good or bad guy, wanting to make sure it's not some misunderstood being like the Iron Giant. The robot answers the question by smashing the hero into a casino. Quoting the Iron Giant, Shazam smashes the robot's head off, not meaning to hit it so hard. He races after the head, catching it before it destroys anything else in the city. He asks anyone if it belongs to them, saying that he was going to just throw it in the ocean, but that might upset Aquaman. A Japanese boy says that he can just leave it there as someone will come and collect it. Shazam thinks the boy speaks English but learns that he's actually speaking Japanese and has been this entire time, forgetting the cool wisdom of Solomon power that allows him to know everything, even though he's still kind of an idiot. Shazam apologizes for the robot almost killing the boy before asking what time in America it is. Realizing Japan is a day ahead of the US, Billy races home, getting lost on his way and asking a pilot of a plane which way is Philadelphia, soon realizing that the man will not be able to hear him. Billy manages to get home just in time for school, but Freddy notices how exhausted the boy looks. Billy tells his friend that he was in Japan punching robots as the boy says that he's going to pass out. Freddy says that their teacher was seen at a local Arby's crying, so they'll probably have a substitute today. The class is soon introduced to their substitute Miss Zayez, who says Billy is first up with his oral report. Billy, however, hasn't done his homework, admitting that giving a talk on the Reconstruction after the Civil War is so boring that he can't even make up a lie. He knows none of this stuff matters out in the real world anyway and wants to talk about the cool things that happened, like how he heard Shazam was out punching robots in Japan. Miss Zayez thinks Billy brings up a good point, since if all they do is look at capes and cool explosions, they never get to ask the deeper questions. She asks the class why Lex Luthor hasn't been locked up yet, or the Joker keeps escaping from Arkham Asylum, knowing it's because they all just sit back and expect the heroes to solve everything, and they don't take responsibility to fix anything themselves. She knows they love it when Batman chases the Joker in his billion-dollar tank, but when it comes to funding mental health facilities, they simply just don't have the money, and then when the Joker breaks out again, they all act surprised and cheer for Batman once again. Billy says that they are the good guys, and the teacher agrees that they are, but if they don't save themselves, then they are just distractions and you can't punch everything. She tells Billy that change is hard since it takes focus and it's up to them to stand up and fight. But when they don't focus, power wins, which she is sure Billy would know had he done his paper, wondering if he does know, or did he not focus. After class, Freddy tells Billy that was brutal and he's seen the boy be punched by Superman. Billy doesn't care, knowing that the teacher is just bitter. Changing into Shazam, Billy skips the rest of school, going to deal with various crimes and disasters around the city, as well as teaming up with Aquaman, who thanks the hero for helping him cleanse the ocean, since people usually just throw giant robot heads into it. After fighting a kraken, Shazam asks Arthur if they are making the world better, and if the world is better with them there. Aquaman, however, was busy talking with a whale who needs some help and wants the hero to come alone, causing Shazam to head home. Flying home, Billy continues to think about if he's really helping people. The hero soon hears sirens, rushing to help to find the building that is on fire is Mrs. Zayez, and she is one of the people trapped inside. Thanks to smashing into the building, Shazam is forced to hold up the roof, making sure it doesn't collapse, as Mrs. Zayez says she's not leaving until the other people are out. As Shazam holds up the roof, the woman directs the people out of the building until only she is left, soon becoming trapped by some debris. Shazam grabs the woman, pulling her free and escaping the building in time, bouncing across the road. Shazam asks if the woman is fine, before Billy remembers that she's his teacher, wanting to leave quickly, but the woman begins to cry as she watches the building burn, telling the returning hero she doesn't know what she's going to do now. Later, over some food, Mrs. Zayez gets to know Shazam a little more, thinking that he's the one with the invisible jet, or the Flash. The hero tells her that he is Shazam, but quickly stops himself since he knows if he says that word too loud, lightning hits him. He asks the teacher how her food is, and the woman knows that the hero doesn't need to do this, since she's sure that he is needed in more important places. Shazam says that he wants to make sure that she is okay. The woman says that she's fine and they are just things that she lost in the fire, but it has been a hard year for her since she moved to Philadelphia from Metropolis after a bad breakup. She knows that she can't seem to land anything and all she gets is substitute jobs. Shazam pretends to not know the woman, finding it interesting that she's a teacher. Zayez says that she is, but she doesn't know what she's doing since she can't make enough to live and the school is broke, so the kids don't have the support they need, and nothing she does gets through to them. She doesn't think that she can make a difference to anyone anyone and apologizes since she's just feeling sorry for herself and she hasn't talked to anyone in a long time. Shazam says that he knows what it's like to not have anyone, making Zayez think that his planet blew up. The hero doesn't correct her, saying that he knows what it's like to feel alone, which he thinks is why he's a hero, to make people feel less alone. He tells the woman that she will get through this, but change can be hard and it takes focus since they need more people like her. Later, Shazam flies the woman to her friends, learning that she doesn't like flying at all. Shazam can agree with that, remembering how he threw up the first couple of times he did it. Zayez thanks the hero for everything as the man says a giant robot is attacking Montreal. Shazam awkwardly says goodbye as he goes to deal with the robot in Canada. The next day, Billy goes to see Mrs. Zayez at school, telling her he thought about what she said the other day, knowing now the small stuff really does matter and the teacher is doing a great job. Zayez thanks him, but wonders if this is some kind of prank and he's recording it for YouTube or TokTik. Billy says that he's not, and he's just trying to be nice, but Zayez knows no one is nice in high school, wondering where his report is. Billy defends himself and says that he was busy, and the woman says that her apartment building burnt down the night before and she's still there, but Billy says he still had stuff to do. Shazam issue 15 was a really heartwarming finale, albeit a little strange considering it's Jeff Loveness returning and doing a rather self-contained one-off story, much like how he did before, not connected to any of the stuff Jeff Johns was doing. Despite that, I love this issue and love the simplicity of Billy learning that there is more to life than just running around in a cape and punching robots. I love Shazam just talking it out with Mrs. Zayez for most of the issue and learning a little something new, and it's a little bittersweet since had the book maybe continued under Loveness, I kind of feel like this character of Mrs. Zayez would have been a mainstay and somewhat of a guide to Billy, since it seems very poised that that was what it was going to be, and it would have been really cool to see that evolve. But as a simple back to basics one-off finale, I really enjoyed this issue. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.